And your view from here would be out towards the sea. And
yeah.
Nice. So that's okay.
Yeah,
You might get the sunrise. Nice. When we get to the winter, you might see some sunrises. When the time hits 9, 10, whatever time, who knows? I forget. That's when I'll get up for my swim rise when it's about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I should start off. Shirin, is that a real name? That's a great name.
Yeah, no, it's a fake name.
Right. Because I went and looked. There was a Persian queen called Shirin.
In
like the 6th century AD or something like that.
Yeah. It's a Persian name.
There you go. Beautiful name. No, I just thought this was really sweet. I must wonder where it came
that's
from.
what it means. Did you look that up?
Is that what it is? It means Persian.
It means sweet or sweetness.
There you go. I didn't realise that. That's kind of handy pandy. Nice choice.
Yeah.
Now we should mention the fact that we're here in your beautiful salon, right in the heart of Greystones. Now you've been in this area for about 10 years. I'm wondering, is it about 10 years more maybe?
Well, I grew up in Delgany.
All right.
So I
I was going to say the area sports massage.
Oh, the area sports massage.
We'll go in to make sure that we'll check your visa and all that. That you're allowed. We'll check all your visa stuff if you're allowed to be in Greystones later on. But
okay. before it actually.
But this line of work I think is about. Is it about 10?
Yeah. So 10 years.
Right.
When I left school, went to university and stuff, I actually did photography.
Okay.
I started working in that. Didn't sort of feel it was sort of my calling, so to speak.
Right.
So I went back and studied initially holistic therapy. So I'd have some holistic qualifications like aromatherapy and stuff that I tried to bring into my sports.
Nice.
And then my diploma in sports massage that I did in London. So that's my main.
And what's the spark? I don't know whether it was. I don't know if you're in the area of sports or whether there was something about it that just appealed to you that you thought, this is because it is kind of obviously you're doing good for people. They're feeling better when they come out. There's something very pleasurable about it at the same time. There's some remedies are sort of hard work, but this I would imagine sports massage is quite the joyful kind of release for a lot of people when they're kind of given treatment. I don't know whether for you it was just something that you'd sort of been involved in some other way beforehand, or how you got to.
So I'd always been interested in health and care, and also had just a keen interest in sport, and I was never sure how to sort of marry the two.
Right.
And a friend suggested that I go and try and do the holistic therapies, and then in that with the massage I realised I found that there was a way of marrying a lot of my interests together, that I could then go on and earn a living from. So, but it's earning a living doing something that you enjoy. It's not.
That's the key, isn't it? Yeah, that's the key. If you can make that balance happen, turn your passion into your work and all the rest, and your love into your work. We should mention then, and you kind of alluded to it. I know that you're originally from Delgany. But apparently Delgany wasn't good enough, even though I'm also from Delgany, and you travelled the world for a while, or you headed out?
Yeah. So I felt.
Was that soul searching? Did you nearly turn into a happy pair person, or?
No, I wasn't fully a happy pair person.
Okay.
I was
more a Ibiza person.
Well, more a victim of the recession person.
Right. There you go.
So I went to the UK, went to London, and that was brilliant, because it was where I sort of found my happy pair in.
Nice,
you could say so.
There's a lot of English people over there though, I hear. So
I know.
Other than that, though, sounds lovely. But
with all the English people in England, But
so was it there you kind of made that decision? Because coming back, obviously, there's always, I suppose, a desire to find your groove and find what you're doing. I don't know whether it was over there that this all came to you, or whether when you got home it was
to run my own
to do
business. When I was over there, I was working in two places, and one of the places I was working, he was an Irish guy from Wexford, and I was the first person he took on to as an employee, even though I was self-employed. That sounds like a contradiction.
Well, like a trainee kind of thing, or apprentice and all that.
Because in what I do, a lot of places they'll you'll work there, but you'll be self-employed, that sort of thing. And so he sort of inspired me into how start small. Now he's got a very successful business over there. And I always knew I wanted to move home. So, and I always knew I wanted to try to come back to this particular area. So that sort of, it was London that was sort of like the catalyst for me wanting to, you know, run my own business and try and do it locally where I grew up, you know, after experiencing different things.
Well, we should mention, obviously it's sports massage, but then this is also, you know, it's for everybody. Couch potatoes, Joe and John and Six Pack, those who aren't necessarily out there playing sports will always benefit from this kind of, you know, massage therapy, because it is all about just getting the body into a better place, and so it is for everybody, really.
Yeah, exactly. Like, in a way, sports massage is a bit of an unfortunate name for sports massage, because, like, you know, I would say 50% of the people that come to me would, you know, have, complaints or ailments related to maybe work, or poor posture, or you know, if you sit at a desk all day, a lot of people would have neck and back pain. You know, whereas sports massage for the area of sports is very specific. It can be specific to the particular type of sports that person's doing. If they're like at a stage of recovery from injury, where sports massage is appropriate. But it really is for anyone, you know, and everyone. You know, always do a consultation. Make sure that you know you're appropriate for the treatment on that particular day, and it can provide a lot of relief for physical aches and pains, and it can help like improve your range of movement. So let's say you're having trouble rotating your neck, or bending your neck. Certain specific techniques can be very effective to assist with that, as an example.
And the way we live now, especially with everyone being online for a huge part of their day, especially at a desk, you know, that can become a necessity, because, you know, I even find now when I'm doing the guide, if you're looking up at a screen, you know, for a few hours, definitely you'll feel this stiffness and feel this sense of you know, kind of repetitive strain and all those things.
Well, those things, you know, like a classic is repetitive strain in the wrist, or, you know, people might get issues with their forearms from typing, or, you know, the classic tennis elbow, you know, and you know, also we live in a world where we're very much forward orientated, you know, so everything is going forward, you know, and you know, it's not necessarily the muscles of the back that might be contributing to the pain in the back. If the muscles of the chest and the anterior body are tight and they're not working efficiently, then, you know, imbalance can be created in the body.
Well, that'd be true for somebody who's physically perfect like me. Without, there would be sometimes, I suppose, if someday I'll feel some kind of ailment, because even though I'm basically perfect now, there might be someday I'll need some kind of help.
Like sports massage, like it and perfection don't go very well together.
Oh, okay.
You know, so you know, when perfection.
I was thinking that you're in the perfect spot here with Lady G, because you're surrounded by Les Tapas and Robinsons and O'Briens, so it's almost the perfect weekend. Like if you start off, say, in, I don't know, Les Tapas on Friday, and then you go to Robinsons on Saturday, and then the off license on Sunday, here on Monday would be a good way just to sort of bring yourself back into so it's a good weekend. You should do a weekend deal here where
it's a good loop, a good and also, like, you know, like I'm based out of Lady G here as well, you know, so
they've got everything.
They've got everything, you know. Orla the owner has been very, very, you know, generous. Generous with you know, so you can get some waxing done and all that.
I'm very tempted.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I'm thinking too that you're a very generous person too, because we have a special offer now for people who mention the Greystones guide. They're going to get €10 off, I think, their first treatment here.
So
that's very generous. That's very
sweet. Your first treatment, €10 off. So just mention you know, where you heard about
That's it.
Barbados.
And they have to use the word great before they say Greystones God, just the great Greystones God. I think it just has a ring to it, or magnificent is okay, or any word of that sort of nature will.
Well, it's the G and the G.
The G, I suppose, would be nice.
Yeah.
But we'll put in all the links, of course, and we'll let people know exactly what you're up to. But very sweet, nicely done, and welcome home, I guess. I mean, you've been here for a while, obviously.
I've been back a while, but I've been sort of,
but we always like to keep people
radar,
back. We want to make sure, as much as travel is very, very good for the soul and for the mind, we need our people here, because we're a very special race in this part of the world, and if a fight breaks out, we need as many people here as possible. So